Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Stand Tall. It's October 19th. We are in chapter 9 of Sun Tzu's Art of War. We're going to go ahead and dive right into verse 42. If soldiers are punished before they have grown attached to you, they will not prove submissive. And unless submissive, they will be practically useless. If, when the soldiers have become attached to you, punishments are not enforced, they will still be useless. So this is kind of like a two-parter, basically saying like you need to prove your alphaness in a sense. I mean, you are their leader. Humans, in a way, are animals after all, and so if we can get a lot done, is odd as it is to say, but if you talk to yourself like you're training a dog, you can get yourself out of a lot of bad habits. If when soldiers have become attached to you and punishments are not enforced, they'll still be useless. I think this can translate to a lot of things in life, not just leading soldiers. I think it can translate into leading your children. If you're not punishing them appropriately, they'll be useless. They'll do all these bad things that don't progress them in life, don't progress them in society, and basically leave them out there to be, you know, hunted. Master Sun, we like to do the alternate translation just to get some perspective. Master Sun, if soldiers are punished before a personal attachment to the leadership is formed, they will not submit. And if they do not submit, they are hard to employ. Wang Ji says, if feelings of appreciation and trust are not established in people's minds from the beginning, they will not form this bond. So I think Wang Ji has a really good perspective on it because he's talking about the juxtaposition of what I think is going on here, and he says, feelings of appreciation and trust, like these are important things because if it's not established in your troops' minds, people. I love how he individualizes those who are following the general, whether through duty or through choice. The appreciation and trust from the beginning needs to be established, and that bond is strong. Master Sun says, if punishments are not executed after personal attachment has been established with the soldiers, then they cannot be employed. So Zhang Yu says that when there are underlying feelings of appreciation and trust, and the hearts of the soldiers are already bonded to the leadership, if punishments are relaxed, the soldiers will become haughty and impossible to employ. So, I mean, I do think that there's something to be said as far as bringing things in, um, establishing rules, establishing principles, establishing expectations, and things like that. I think it's very interesting that it talks about punishment and enforcement and things like that. And last night I was reading Principles by Ray Dalio, and one of them is um, don't punish people for making mistakes, but punish people for not learning from those mistakes. And I think that's kind of like the paragon of like what you want. You want people to make mistakes, especially depending on like what industry it is, because a lot of times mistakes can lead to breakthroughs. Accidents and failures can lead to great inventions. October 19th in The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Good habits drive out bad habits. Since habit is such a powerful influence, and we're used to pursuing our impulses to gain and avoid outside our own choice, we should set a contrary habit against that, and where appearances are really slippery, use the counterforce of our training. Epictetus Discourses 3.12.6. Oh, the counterforce of our training. That means you're powerful. You have power to grab life by the horns and direct it where you want it to go. When a dog is barking loudly because someone is at the door, the worst thing you can do is yell. To the dog, it's like you're barking too. When a dog is running away, it's not helpful to chase it. Again, now it's like you're both running. A better option in both scenarios is to give the dog something else to do. Tell it to sit, tell it to go to its bed or kennel, run in the other direction, break the pattern. Key, break the pattern. Interrupt the negative impulse, break the pattern. Y'all know how I feel about patterns, feedback loops, repetitions, echoes, frequencies, all of that stuff. It's all very important to conceptualize and implement. The same goes for us. When a bad habit reveals itself, counteract it with a commitment to the contrary virtue. For instance, let's say you find yourself procrastinating today. Don't dig in and fight it. Get up and take a walk to clear your head and reset instead. If you find yourself saying something negative or nasty, don't kick yourself. Add something positive and nice to qualify the remark. I'm going to follow up on this. Journaling last night, I said, be a filter. Be a filter for positivity. I reflected on it because there was like this sales training I went through years ago when I was in the financial field full time. And it was like, be a financial filter. There's a lot of noise out there and people need help making sense of it. Well, there's a lot of negativity in the world. And I think that if we all do a little bit better to absorb some negativity out there and then harness it, because hate can be powerful, like a lot of rappers say. Use the hate. I'm conditioned for it. Like, I love it. It builds me up, it fuels me. And just use that fuel and burn it clean. Burn that clean energy, bring that positivity into the world. Be a filter for positivity. Don't kick yourself. Add something positive. Qualify the remark. Accept it. Accept it and add the silver lining. Oppose established habits. Use the counterforce of training to get traction and make progress. If you find yourself cutting corners during a workout or on a project, say to yourself, okay, now I am going to go even further and do even better. Good habits have the power to drive out bad habits, and habits are easy to pick up, as we all know. Wow, that's so powerful, in the sense of like relating it here not only to the art of war, but like to ourselves. So it's if we think of like our soldiers as habits, our thought processes, our patterns as habits, the things that we employ, the thought patterns that we employ on a daily basis to fight the war of life. And if you're very, very punishing towards those thoughts before you've become attached, I guess, to the new pattern, to the new habit, whatever, if you go work out really, 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 really hard because you're trying to get in shape and then you're sore for 2 days in a row, you've really kind of like punished that good thought or that attached thought. You haven't really committed to working out. You've just made the choice to go work out and you went and worked out, but you didn't have a long term plan. If you took the time to grow attached to the idea, you would have come up with a meal plan. You would have come up and researched some exercise programs. You might have done, the 5x5, or you might have done reverse pyramid or whatever. There's all these different little things that you can do. Or maybe you drop some dollars and you get a personal trainer and you pay somebody to absorb that knowledge. And if punishments are not enforced, they'll still be useless. So like almost really going like perpendicularly catty cornered in your mind, thinking like punishments are now the new thoughts, the new good habits, and your old habits and yourself is the soul. You will still be useless if you don't enforce these new positive habits in a lot of ways. So I think that's one reflection we can take from all of this, and we can keep standing tall out there. So y'all, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share, all of that good stuff. It helps me out, and I'm thankful for it. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.